What is up, guys? OddEYES Lumia here today, and
what did you do today, OddEYES Lumia?
I made TOP64 at the battlespirits launch event with curse control. I actually placed 46th, and so we're going over my deck list today.
Sounds good.
Kind of in order, we have our 1-drop Camelot Knight. Dude puts in a lot of work. Everyone hates this card when they see it because he feels so free. When you have a Soul Core on him, he has Curse. He has a 1-drop, so if you have like Nexus or any other body on board, he is literally free. It's pretty nuts. He's really easy to rush, and I rushed down a lot of players with this card. He was amazing. We'll just do it that way. There we go. Then probably one of my favorite curse guys in the deck is Dark Knight Agavel. We run 4 of him. When destroyed, he has a Soul Core on him. He draws you a card. He's a fantastic card to play turn 1 because he makes for an excellent blocker. You know, being able to replace sometimes, block up for your trade with a 1000, or if you put him to level 2, he has Curse. And he's just absolutely amazing. There are a lot of stupid plays I can play with this card, and a beautiful card called Deadly Balance. And I'll kind of explain that here later in the video. But yeah, we play 4 of those. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Next on our curse package is Bow Trickster. He's pretty generic, but he's a 1 cost if you have 2 bodies or a Nexus on board. And he's one of the few that actually has Curse at a level 1, and he's pretty easy to buff up. Yeah, so he doesn't pass some of the power thresholds that you wish he would, but he's great to rush with, and he, like I said, he has Curse at level 1, so we run 4 of him. He's also a Serpent, which does kind of matter if you need to use him with the Rotting Swamp, but it doesn't come up often enough for me to actually care about it. Next is probably one of the better cards in the deck for sure in the curse package. I still don't think he's better than Agavel, but he is still fantastic. One thing I absolutely do love about him, though, is he passes some of those red thresholds when you get him to level 3, because 4K gets around Burning Force and Landmine. It doesn't get around Fish, sadly, but when you attack with him and he has a Soul Core on him, he draws you a card, and then he has Curse at level 2, so we run 4 Dragonaga Assassin. Like I said, it is a curse package. So yeah, that is our curse package. We run a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, so 16 different curse in the deck, specifically. Then we get into our non-curse package. We run 3 Beldegor. I run enough 4 and 5s in this deck that it actually matters, and I've rushed out games with this card as well. He's fantastic to bait out blocks, and he also is that threshold 4K where you don't have to worry about Burning Force for 1 or Andromeda. One of my favorite combos is definitely using like a level 4 like Dark Lancer, either blocking with it to let him die, to play him to have an additional blocker so I can survive, or like when I'm rushing, I can either like play Beldegor, swing with Beldegor, let him die, and then swing with him, see if he dies, and if he dies, play Beldegor for my trash, pop their suspended, or they're exhausted, and swing in for an additional life. Beldegor is just a very underrated card, and I think he's fantastic for sure. So 3 of those. I used to play 4, but I saw him too much, and I wanted to see him more midish than in the early game. This is probably one of my favorite snakes in the deck, and I'm really surprised a lot of purple decks do not run it. Like I said, again, it doesn't hit that power threshold, sadly, but this is another fantastic card to play turn 1, because if you're going second, it's a free draw. If you're going first, it's decent enough power that it can block most 1000s. It doesn't feel that bad, and then when you swing with it, you draw a card. It's also a serpent, so Rotting Swamp. I actually have Rotted Swamp this back because, you know, recurable draw power is incredibly strong. So we run 4 of that, and then Dark Lantern Cavalry. A lot of people weren't on this card in the beginning, and I've always ran this card. You can even ask Braxton. Like, I ran this as a 4 of. I felt like this card was absolutely fantastic, especially going second, because power threshold of a 3000, it makes it really nice to use as a blocker. Draws you a card on summon. It does suck that it can trigger, like, you know, some of your opponent's one summon burst effects, but, and then that power threshold, it's 4000. So it gets around Burning Force. A lot of times I was able to play around Burning Force, which could have lost me the game if I wasn't able to. So, and then this is also part of the curse package, but he's just a level 4 kind of proc Beldegor. He's also a level 1 curse package at 3000, and then he's easy to level up to a 4000 to also, you know, get around Burning Force and stuff like that. Also Exhaust Nexus, that's a big one. All those like power thresholds of 4000 can get around an Exhaust Nexus, unless obviously you do a 1 summon and you trigger their burst and then they proc it and stuff like that, but it rarely happens. Get into our Nexuses. We're on 4 Rotting Swamp. You know, your stuff wants to die. You want to kill stuff while your stuff is dying. You want a value off of it. So we run second best Nexus in purple. And it draws you a card every time one of your dudes dies. It's not as good as Cathedral, but you know, it's what we got. Best card probably in the game, in my opinion. Definitely the best Nexus by far. This card is stupid. You play this card and your opponent no longer wants to rush you. Your opponent no longer wants to block you. It is a huge deterrent for so many different things. Netherworld Depths is something else, and it has pseudo curse. Like, you can remove a core from it to give one of your creatures pretty much curse for the turn, and yeah, like, they exhaust their dudes, you draw a card, and that doesn't matter if they're attacking or blocking. It's just, it gets really stupid. It actually slowed down a Pterosaur player that was one of the losses, unfortunately, for me. This is by far the MVP of the deck. I love this card, and this card does not get enough credit. This card is absolutely amazing. This is a King Snake Quetzalcoatl. King Snake, you know, not Bone Daddy, but I run 3 of it. I actually only ran 2 for the longest time, but I took out 1 Dark Cavalier because I just felt like this was just so much more beneficial. It also makes Meduke feel a lot less worse in your hand in the early game, and core thefts, because you can always add them back off your off of Quetzi that you've discarded your Meduke with core theft and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm gonna ramble. But another really, really busted ability that a lot of people seem to overlook. This card won me games. A lot of people like to overextend. They'll play out their board, and then they'll leave 1 core on their big dude thinking, oh, they can't get rid of this, he's huge. So when this guy attacks and he's level 3, he pops anything with 1 core on it.
Level 2.
Level 2, 3 cores, yes. He's level 2. He pops anything with 1 core on it. I killed Moonskis with this. I killed a lot of stuff. Or a lot of little dudes too. Blockers were great kills. This card is underrated, and like, its 1 summon effect is busted, because like I said, you have Meduke back, but you can also add back one of your little dude curses that died like earlier, and it's an easy rush strategy. It's also a 3 cost with when it comes down to its full reduction. This card is an MVP. Three of you know, the queen herself, Meduke. I'll be honest, this card did not perform as well as I hoped. This card is fantastic in certain matchups. This definitely helped me against Elephant Control, Moonski Control, or whatever like that. But I only played it once, and most of the time I just discarded the core thefts and would like maybe gun back with Quetzi, but it was usually I just add back a curse. Blood Curse is really strong though. It's just getting her turned on. It felt like there was no time to actually put her out when I actually wanted to put her out, except for 1 game. And unfortunately that was my other loss too, because Moonski and Ice Shield are bullcrap. So yeah, 3 MEDUKE. Easy side out too for my sideboard. Easily the best kill spell in purple. This card is stupid. Yeah, so Deadly Balance. You choose one, and your opponent chooses one, and you destroy them both. Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but these two pair very well together. I'll just kind of show you just a general combo that I really love to do. So, you put a Soul Core on him in the main phase, okay, and you have him on board, and you play Deadly Balance. You pop this, draw a card, right? So we'll just put a card down here. Draw a card, okay? And I'll put Deadly Balance over there. And you popped one of your opponent's monsters. Now you can take Soul Core, put it on him, and swing. Draw another card. 2 draws, pop, you know. And how much I abuse Deadly Balance and the Aglovel. He'll notice, like, in certain, like, it's easy to pattern, but there's no interaction between your main phase. It's only in the flash timing. Also a really fantastic card because, you know, say you swing in something with, and they block, and, you know, said creature dies or whatever, but they only have 1 blocker down, and you have 2 creatures, you can always pop or kind of move around and get rid of things. Another really weird, funny interaction with Deadly Balance is armor. Armor, they literally cannot select their armor spirits for destruction. So they destroy anything without armor. This killed a lot of Odins. Killed a lot of Odins today. I played against a lot of white. So yeah, that is the Deadly Balances. You know, best freaking stupid magic card in the game.
Does anything really need to be said about Absolute Ice Shield?
Absolute Ice Shield. We run 4 of it because, you know, we want to live. And aggro is a thing. So we're aggro, they're aggro. And then 2 Core Theft. This felt really free in this deck because I would discard MEDUKE, so I'd discard my curse units that I didn't really need at the moment, or like extra Dragon Agas. And then I would just add them back with Quetzal. So it felt really free. This thing was absolutely fantastic in a lot of ways. Oh, I killed Michaela. Michaela was the other one I killed with the Quetzal. It felt amazing. I will go ahead and get into our sideboard. Run 2 Burning Force because Nexuses are a problem, but this also comes up in certain matchups where the 3K threshold can matter. But most of the time we just sided it in for Nexus hate. So run 2 of those. Dream Bomb because Elephant sucks. Elephant needs to die, but Elephant can't die because if Elephant dies, they lose. They gain so much value. It's stupid. So we bounce Elephant, and then they don't get value. That's why we run 2 Dream Bombs. Also really good in the white matchup because not a lot of things have white armor. You know, the only thing that does is Enterprise, I think, and Enterprise gives everything armor. White. So this got around a lot. This was a fantastic ad. And then, you know, it just wouldn't be a purple deck without, you know, best core removal package, obviously. 3 Curse King, 3 Boculus for the Curse King Boculus combo. I did pull it off and ended up netting 5 cores. It was beautiful against a red aggro player, and they did not see it coming, which is kind of funny. And I loved every second of it. But the easy side out was MEDUKEs for days. This is absolutely incredible against white, by the way, because AoE effects get around armor, they get around destruction effects, etc. Like it's amazing. Let's see, where are you at? Because core removal gets rid of and puts them to a level 0, therefore they do not gain their effects. Do not do this on an elephant though. Elephant will die, they will still net a crap load of value. So yeah, we'd side out MEDUKEs, we'd side out anything that pretty much targeted like core thefts, deadly balances, etc. You know, just a package we needed to, but ultimately that is the deck.
You remember your matchups is the question.
I do. So they ended at 7 rounds. I honestly probably could have made top 32 if they did 8 rounds. My first matchup was Moonski Elephant Control. I lost that one, sadly, due to the interaction between Moonski and Ice Shield. Game 2, I went against a 3-color aggro deck. That was interesting. He pulled some pretty spicy stuff on it, not gonna lie, but ended up beating him 2-0. He ended up misplaying, and I killed his Moonski, and it was pretty much game over after that. Game 3, I went against a red aggro player, very much like the Pterosaur package, but it ran the boar, Raging Boar, that would continuously just add him as 1-drops and just play him, kind of like me and Quetzy. 2-0'd him. That game was pretty intense. Game 4, I played against a Luster 2-cost rush deck that had a Michaela top end, a lot like my friend. And I felt really bad because I know this matchup probably better than anyone. You know, we practiced that I don't know how many times. And yeah, I 2-0'd him. Game 5, I played against a deck control. That was really cool. There was a lot of interactions I needed to figure out. That guy was an absolute blast to play against. Definitely probably one of my better matchups during the day. I honestly loved the community that we played. They were amazing. Dream Bomb was an amazing tech. Curse Dragon was an amazing tech. The dude dropped 3 Dinos on me. That was kind of crazy, but I still managed to pull the win. Did not see his ice shields. Got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. Probably got lucky on that one. Game 6, I played against Pterosaur, Gigantic Rex. I got stomped sideways from Tuesday. Game 1, I actually had all the answers I needed, but then we had a repairing, and the repairing like screwed me. Like I lost everything I needed, and yeah. But the guy was, you know, pretty great. I actually scared him half the time because I have a hell of a poker face when I play games, and he's sitting there with 4 dudes thinking like, yo, what's this guy got? Because like I'm staring him lethal right now, and he's not even flinching. It was pretty great. But yeah, I lost to him, and then round 7, I played against Elephant Control, and I stomped them sideways. It was a 15-minute game, like done. Like I honestly felt bad. It was honestly turn 1. He was going first. No, he let me go first. I played Bython. He played Nomengard City, and I played. I drew into another Camelot Knight on my draw turn, on my draw step. I proceeded to play Camelot Knight into Bowtrichter. I swung 4 life that turn, left him at 1 life. White has a really hard time getting around 1 life, unless they're running counter swords or able to like play into counter swords and stuff like that. The following turn, he dropped 2 Pegasi and 1 Odin. He forgot to swing with Odin to bounce any of my dudes. And then I swung. I swung Bython, used Deadly Balance, popped my Bython, popped his Odin, and then swung my 2 curse units into his life. His Pegasions had the block. They died because of curse, and swung game with Bowtrichter. Yeah, game was over really quick. But the guy was a hoot to play with, and he made top 128, so it was really cool to see him in line and getting prizes as well. All in all, it was just an absolutely amazing opportunity to come down. I want to thank my friend Braxton for introducing me to the game and bringing me down and showing what Curse can actually do. Because a lot of people, I don't think, understand that Curse is actually really strong. And that is why I did this deck profile, and I wanted to get it out to you guys. Alright, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this is a beautiful MEDUKE mat. MEDUKE is, you know, queen. She's amazing. We love her. It's sad we can't get her online half the time. But this was made by Glasses Brigade right there. Beautiful mat. Go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description. And so if you guys know anyone who likes TCGs, tell them to my channel. Give this video a like, subscribe, and I shall see you next time. OddEYES, Lumia out.